Hi everybody, it's Tina here from Hummingbird Tales. I hope you're all well. I'm here to show you at last my finished project. I made a journal and an envelope with some goodies, but it all started with this bag. Some of you have seen my tutorial that I put up online. I might do a few more, but using not such dark laces, but something a bit more light. Anyway, this is a present from my dear friend Karen O'Reilly. This is actually a birthday present, and thankfully I'm only a week or two late. Normally the poor girl has to wait ages, but so this bag is going to her. And you remember I didn't do anything with the back, but I think next time I'm going to alter the whole bag. Anyway, so I'll just put that there for now. So this is the journal that goes with it. And I've just loosely tied some organza black ribbon around it because there's black organza ribbon and lace throughout the whole journal. It is a TN size, so it's approximately 8¼ by 4¼ or 8¼ by 4. I can't quite remember. And what I've used to make this cover is some wallpaper. I've also used the same wallpaper to make this envelope as well. So I've gessoed the cover, I've inked it up, and I've done a bit of script stamping and a bit of music stamping, and I've put this lace along it. And on the front I've used the same photo, and the reason why I chose this was because this picture actually reminds me of Karen. Now, we've never met in like real life, but you know, I've spoken to her, we watch her videos, and I will link her channel below because she's an amazing artist and a fantastic friend. And this just reminds me of her because I know she's got dark long hair. So this has got a metal plate, a book plate, and it says she dreamed beautiful dreams. So that's the front of the cover, that's the side. There's a few charms hanging down. I can just get them. So let's get inside. This is a bit different to what I normally make because I've really embellished the pages. So I haven't done tons of over-the-top embellishments to go into it, but I have included some of the tags that I've made. So I'll stop waffling and show you. So I've got a tuck spot here that I've made with some fabric, music fabric, and it's actually a ribbon. It has wire in it, so I've pulled the wire out. On the side we have a music note. I can't remember what it's called. Is it a quaver? I don't know. And we have here an embellished envelope. I made this the same way as I made those bags, with tissue paper that I folded over about 4 times, tea stained it, so it's crinkly, but it's more of a soft crinkleness. And then I've stamped it, inked it, added some lace. There's decoupage on here. I've sewn around that part. And on the back here, we've got a little bit of lace trim with some diamante bling. I've got a little tiny one up there just to balance it out a little bit. So that's that. And in here, we've just got a couple cards I made with some of my stamps. Just fold that down. That fits in there. So here, all of the pages in the book have been decoupaged. No, sorry, have been gessoed and inked. I've used this Flourish stencil from Tim Holtz, and on some of the pages there's decoupage, there's stamping, but they all sort of match, but they're not the same. So this is a decoupage butterfly, and Andrea will be pleased to know that I did file it down, and you know it does make a difference because it actually looks more like part of the page and not just plunked on there. So there's some more here. So this journal is for Karen to write in. So here we've got a tag, one of my tags I made, black and white ones and sepia. That's the front, and it says, "By the goodness of my heart." And I decorated the back of this one. And there's the page. So there's stamps, gesso, a little bit of ink in. I paper clips have got the same black organza on it. Another tuck here. And this is a handmade card. This is just embossed, and I loved it because the whole theme throughout this journal is vintage, ladies, butterflies and birds, which are things I know that Karen loves. So you can see the little embossed birds there. And on the back I've put a die cut of a mannequin and a hat. So that's for Karen to journal in. Here we've got decoupage, script stamping, and this is on graph paper, square paper anyway. I like the holes, so I kept that in. Some stamping down here. Here I've got some of this beautiful black applique lace. It's quite thick and it's been backed onto music paper, which has been gessoed and inked around. I've added a couple these little blingy bits, and that's just a belly band there like that. Music paper. These are curly feathers, and here we've got some more stenciling, more stamping and inking. I just wanted to make it look really old and worn, and that's a tuck spot there. Let's put that feather back in for her. And this is one of these flips that is a Rita Donnelly flip. Again, I've layered, it's actually the wallpaper underneath, and then I've layered on top with the same applique, which came from that scarf, and that just flips up like that. Here we've got a little layered embellishment made with some scraps of paper, you know, music paper, dictionary, a bit of black card underneath, stamped. I mean, it speaks for itself. And here's a little decoupage butterfly down there, doilies. And here we have a paper bag, and again I've made another one of these layered little embellishments. You can actually use it as a tuck spot. Other side of the bag, and in the bag is another one of my tags. These are quite thick, heavy tags because I made them on card from packaging, which was quite thick, and then I put paper on the back. And of course they're layered up with gesso and all sorts, and this one says beauty and grace. So yes, they are quite a nice sturdy tag. I love this black silhouette here of this lady with the gold rose. It's beautiful. I only had one napkin with all of these on, so I've run out of that one now. So like I said, all the way through, you've got script stamps, you've got different stamps, gesso, washi tape, inking and stenciling. Here I've decoupaged some butterflies on, there's one up there. And I wanted to lighten the pages because I wanted Karen to be able to write over this, unless she decides to put pictures in or draw. Here I've got some Tim Holtz washi tape, one of my stamps, and this is a piece of ledger paper. It's actually a copy of the ledger paper I've got, and that again has been gessoed on, so Karen can quite easily write over the top. And here's another one of my tags, and it says To Dreamland on the bottom. Whoopsies. Here we go. Here's another page. Again, stamps, inks, gesso. This is a piece of dictionary paper. I just love the way this has turned out though. It has enough. It didn't need lots of sparkly, you know, over the top stuff, because I think all of the bits of work on the pages, it spoke that you know what I mean when the journal speaks to you as you're creating it, and what it should have and what it shouldn't have in it. And I really love this butterfly. So we've got two more doilies here, and I did embellish this part of the bag because that's the other half of what you've just seen. Turn it over, and I've got one of these tags in with the embossing done on it, and on the back I've stamped a corset and a parasol, and we're going to get that back in there. Yeah, there we go. Here we've got punching on the side. I think I've had another page of that I haven't shown you yet, the other half of this, so I am sorry. Some line paper here. And here in near the middle I've put some of this black lace. And on here we've got a treble clef, is it? Yeah, I think so. More stenciling, stamping, gessoing, inking. This is the middle of the signature, and I've embossed the doily and just gone around with the ink to bring out these two little light lovebirds on a branch, and I've put black hearts on a string. Also punched the paper on the sides to give that pretty edge. So we have more stamping, stenciling, and here we have another corner tuck. Flips up like that. More of this applique from that scarf, and some more ephemera. Lined paper, stamped, stenciled. Here I've got a little layered up sort of decoration on the bag, and in the back of this one again there is another one of my embossed tags, and on the back of that you've got a corset with a little bag. I'll try and put that in again. It's really early here in the morning at the moment, so I'm not quite awake yet. I haven't finished my coffee, so I'm sorry if I'm a bit of a mumble. There's the doilies. Here on the other side of the dictionary paper, I've got a altered paper clip. Oh, sorry, which has been made with scraps of paper. That's an image from one of Andrea's kits, and there's just a piece of ephemera here, and then this page has been decoupaged. There's washi tape going down here because it was quite thin and old. I wanted to give it a bit of strength on the spine. Let's turn that around the right way. And on this page we've got the other half of the ledger paper, and there we've got another tag. I won't take this one off actually. Same thing on the back as the others, and this has the story because she's making me think of, she's thinking about something, a story in her heart, in her life. More decoupage, stamping, gessoing. I put a couple of the birds in here because I really like them. Butterfly. Here's some more washi tape of that Tim Holtz. This is a flip with a bird on it. Some stamping underneath, behind it I should say. And on this bag I've got a die of a corset, so I've got that cut out and just stuck it there as a tuck. And in here we've got a piece of ephemera. And this is, I got this from Gi Kerr, and it's a heart that actually when it's folded out is a flower. So I'll link her channel in below because that was where I got that idea from. And I just stapled a little bit of lace there so you had something, Karen, to pull it out with. I can't remember how I had all this in. There we go. That'll do. And on this side of the bag I've got another layered little snippet thing that I've made with some of the laces. And in here we've got another tag. This one says sweetheart. Isn't she a sweetheart though? And again it's stenciled on the back with flowers. I don't think I can find this one. Oh, that's right, because I didn't punch the hole out of this one, the semicircle bit. Doilies, and here we've got a little flip here and another one of these embossed tags. And on the back of this one it's got a dress and a bag. So I hope you're all doing really well. The weather has changed. It's actually sunny now, thank goodness. It has been awful. We've had so much rain here in the UK. And it's been really cold as well, but hopefully it will warm up. Music paper. There's the other half of the belly band that I made and a piece of ephemera in it. Square paper. More birds. Lots of stamping. Here's another tag. This one's got the lace on the top. You can see that. And this one says a corner of your heart. All of my images I get from people like Andrea Allen or Tsunami Rose, or I go onto the public domain sites. One of them is Graphics Fairy. So if you go on there, you can find your images. And if they're on Pinterest, I always trace them back to the original so that I can see if they are on the public domain or not. And there's also a couple of other public domains I use, like I said, so I will put one below in the box if I can remember which one. I can't remember the name of it offhand now. So on the back page here, we've got some more of the stenciling, decoupage, and then here I've created a pocket with the same music fabric, and I've put the applique on top and added the gems, so you've got a bit of sparkle. And in the back, we've got another envelope. This has got a little bit of the chiffon on with Believe on there. So I'll just take that off. And I made this, it's got a bit flattened actually. I made this out of the greaseproof paper that we use in the UK, or it's just baking paper. And I layer my papers on top of it as I'm drying them in the oven. So I folded it like I did the other tissue papers, but I've left it all raggedy on the edges and here. So there's actually two pockets there sewn around it, and then I've appliqued on it. I've decoupaged on it. That's a real stamp. Done some stamping, inking up. And that's what that turned out like. And in here, we've got two more pieces of ephemera. That one. And that one. So that's Karen's birthday present, finally finished. And just as an extra piece, what I've made is I took some of the wallpaper that I made for the cover and made this envelope, and it's a very simple envelope. You've seen these before. And I haven't done a lot to this. I've gessoed it, I've inked it, sewed around it, added a bit of stamping, put this stamp on. And I just felt it had enough. There is the stenciling underneath as well, so it all matches in together. And in here, I've just included some die cuts for Karen. Lots of different bits and pieces, so that she can use them in this journal or another journal. So that's that. So thank you for watching. Before I go, I just want to say, for the lady, is she called Rose, who has won my giveaway, please can you contact me soon? I'm going to leave it so it's 2 weeks. If I don't hear from you then I'm going to have to do a redraw, because this little pocket needs a home, and otherwise I'm going to keep it myself. So if you could get hold of me, Rose, go to the giveaway video where I did the draw. I can't remember what your name... Oh, hang on a moment. I know what I did with it. I think I tucked her ticket. Yes, I did. But I only got number 24 on there, and the page is not close to hand. But if anybody watched my tutorial on this bag and your name is Rose, please can you look back on that tutorial, because I've forgotten your name, and look back to the giveaway, because you have actually won this loaded pocket. I hope that makes sense, everybody. I'm not used to filming so early in the morning. Anyway, I just want to thank you for watching, and I will be bringing another tutorial soon. I'm going to be doing my now let me think. It is going to be the coin envelope. So it's just busy at the moment with children home from holiday and everything. So I will get to it, and we'll speak to you all very soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.